Hey, winter adventurers, I'm so glad that you have joined us for this 4-week winter adventure. There is nothing more beautiful than waking up and seeing a blanket of fresh snow covering the earth. I love looking out at a field and everything is so white and fluffy and beautiful. I also love walking in the snow and seeing each tiny snowflake and how it sparkles. Snow is one of the many beautiful creations of God, and it's a reminder that all of us were created by Him. So like snowflakes, each one of you is unique and created by God beautifully. So I'm going to read a bit of the creation story for you, and I want you to imagine it with me as I read. I want you to remember that God was creating this beautiful home for His final creation, which would be us, people. So I want you to listen to how God spoke things into being, and then we're going to skip down and look at how God created His final creation, us, and how it's a little different. So I'm going to read from the very first book of the Bible, and that's called Genesis. Are you ready? So you can close your eyes if you want to imagine it, or you can leave your eyes open and look out, maybe look out your window and look at God's creation. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And then God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. God saw that the light was good, and He separated the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness He called night. And there was evening and there was morning, the first day. Then God said, "Let there be a vault between the waters to separate water from water." So God made the vault and separated the water under the vault from the water above it. And it was so. And God called the vault sky. And there was evening and there was morning, the second day. Then God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered up together in one place. And then let dry ground appear." And it was so. God called the dry ground land, and the gathered waters He called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants, and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it, according to their various kinds." And it was so. And God said that it was good. And there was evening and there was morning, the third day. Then God said, "Let there be lights in the vault of the sky to separate the day from the night." And it was so. God made 2 great lights, one to govern the day and the lesser light to govern the night. And He also made stars. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening and there was morning, the 4th day. Then God said, "Let the waters teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the vault of the sky." So God created the great creatures of the sea and every living thing which the water teems and that moves about in it, according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening and there was morning, the 5th day. Then God said, "Let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, the livestock, the creatures that move along the ground, and the wild animals, each according to its kind." And it was so. God made the wild animals according to their kinds, and the livestock according to their kinds, and all the creatures that move along the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make mankind in our own image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground." So God created mankind in His own image. In the image of God, He created him. Male and female, He created them. God saw all that He had made, and it was very good. And there was evening and there was morning, the 6th day. So, do you hear the difference in how God created all the things? How God spoke everything into being. He created the seasons and the stars and the sun and the moon. I want you to think about the incredible power that God displayed when He created the solar system. He created animals of the sea and the sky. Think about all the fish and the birds that He made. When you go to the zoo or to the aquarium, you see all the different kinds of fish and birds. God made the land animals. He didn't just make one horse or one kind of cow. He made all different kinds of land animals. Then, on that sixth day, he created the crowning touch of his creation. He made man in his own image, in God's likeness. God personally formed Adam out of the earth. We read that in chapter 2. The Lord God formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living being. He breathed life into Adam, and Adam became a living being, which translates as soul. No other creature was given that special designation. We, you and me, are God's special creation. Now I want to read to you from Psalm 139. And as I read, I want you to think about the special way that God created you. And as I read, I want you to think about this. David is actually the writer of this psalm, and I want you to listen and answer this question. What does David say that God knows about you and about me? And think about, what does David say about how we were created and how God sees us as beautiful? Would you listen? Psalm 139. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You, God, are familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you, Lord, know it completely. You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to attain. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you're there. If I make my bed in the depths, you're there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, or if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there, your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. If I say, surely the darkness will hide me, and the light become night around me, even the darkness will not be darkness to you. The night will shine like the day, for darkness is as light to you, for you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. Oh, I praise you, because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body, and all the days ordained for me were written down in your book before one of them even came to be. I love this part. How precious to me are your thoughts, God. How vast is the sum of them. Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of the sand. When I awake, I am still with you. Boys and girls, God had a special plan and a purpose for making you just the way that you are. You are special and you are beautiful. And that's what we're learning about this week. That God made all this amazing creation, and you are his favorite thing that he made. Doesn't matter how tall or how short you are, or what you're going to do for a job, or what your family looks like. You are beautiful in God's eyes. God did make a beautiful creation. Snow is a beautiful part of that creation, but it's far from God's most beautiful handiwork. You are that. We are God's greatest creation, and he loved us so much that he made a way that we could be with him forever. So remember this today. You are beautiful because God made you. Have a great day, Winter Adventurers.